What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the newly released Kingdom Rush Frontiers Steam Edition. I'm going to be letting you guys know what I think of the game and give you a brief rundown on what it's all about. Kingdom Rush Frontiers is the second game in the tower defense series Kingdom Rush by Ironhide Studio. The Kingdom Rush series has been around for a while now, getting its start with the original Flash game from all the way back in 2011. In 2013, Frontiers was released on iOS, and now finally, last week, Ironhide showed some more love to PC gamers with the full HD release of Kingdom Rush Frontiers on Steam. The story of Frontiers starts off right after the first game, where you play as a nameless general pursuing the game's antagonist, Malagar, with the King's forces. The story is told in some text before missions as well as in a few comic book-like sequences. Graphically, I think the Kingdom Rush series has always been ahead of the pack. Ironhide knows what they're doing when it comes to making cartoony things look pretty. The characters, levels, and towers are all wonderfully hand-drawn and fantastically animated. And with this new Steam version, you can really see the artistic craft that went into making this game. Every little bit is just oozing with polish. And since it runs at 1080p and a never stuttering 60 frames per second, it just looks that much better. This is as good as Kingdom Rush has ever looked. While the game is a feast for the eyes, the ears aren't left out either. Even though the sound doesn't have the same level as polish as the visuals, it's still fairly well done, music especially. Everything that you're seeing has fitting sounds, voice work, and music. And while there can often be a lot going on screen at once, your ears are never overwhelmed with the clanging of swords or zaps of magic. Each of the towers and heroes all have a few lines of dialogue that are also well done. My only gripe with the sound, and basically presentation as a whole, is the repetitive sounds of enemies dying. All the enemy types seem to share the same sound that is played when they die, especially those damn dogs. Overall, Kingdom Rush Frontiers looks and sounds terrific. The gameplay of Kingdom Rush has always been a bit different from traditional tower defense games, and in my opinion, sort of revolutionized the genre in a small way. You have 4 basic towers to choose from: an archer tower, mage tower, artillery tower, and a barracks. The barracks is really what sets the game apart from other defense games. Every barracks you build has a rally point, and your troops will go to the rally point that you set, stopping enemies that cross them. This adds another layer of strategy to the traditional formula, as it lets you set up choke points for your enemies, and gives you a lot more to do while the waves attempt to break your defenses. Of course, this probably doesn't seem like anything new, but back in 2011 when I first played Kingdom Rush, I was blown away by this. Frontiers has the same 4 base tower types, but like its predecessor, each of these can be upgraded into 2 different types, making for a total of 8 towers. Heroes also make a return, and in Frontiers, you level them up over the course of many levels up to level 10, rather than getting them to level 10 every single level, which I personally enjoyed much more than the first game. And of course, all of the heroes are new, as well as the enemies. As much as I love the gameplay of the Kingdom Rush series, you can't help but tell this game feels almost too familiar to the first one. And as the saying goes, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. I just would have liked to see a bit more innovations to the gameplay. Outside of the levels themselves, you can spend stars you earn in the levels on passive upgrades. These are also essentially the same as the original game, which I think is another missed opportunity. There are 3 different environments, each with their own look, feel, and enemies. These 3 locations span 15 levels across the game, a bunch of different heroes to unlock and level up, plus tons of secrets and achievements to discover. These all make Frontiers pretty strong on content and replay value. The one thing that is missing, and Ironhide is planning to add, are the updates they made to the iOS version, which added endless levels, more heroes, and more regular levels. One good thing that is missing from the iOS version is the annoying microtransaction shop, which essentially lets you buy get-out-of-jail-free cards. Overall, this is a great game with a few minor hiccups that don't really take away from the experience. They're closer to missed opportunities than anything else, which is why I'm going to give the Steam version of Kingdom Rush Frontiers a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. This is my first review ever, so hopefully I'll get better at them. If you like the content, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll try to be uploading new reviews as often as I can. In the meantime, comment what you think I should review next. Thanks for watching.